by Emirates. Hello tomorrow.
Time to take a look through the morning papers.
The astonishing picture there on the front page.
For the latest news from the biggest names, tune in to Classic FM 97.3 weekdays at 7 a.m. for the front page news.
All the news and information making the headlines. This is the front page news on Classic FM 97.3.
Life is more beautiful when you allow yourself to appreciate the little things, the little things, Every day's more complete when you can enjoy, the simple things, the simple things, A little more convenience can go a long, long way. You'll be amazed how much time you save, when you leave the star 904 hash light. Star 904 hash. Oh yeah, upgrade to sharp, recharge like pam, 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 pam. Star 904 hash. Wherever you are to reload is easy like pam, 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 pam. Star 904 hash. Browse down star 904 star. The amount you want to recharge and hash. And with one single dial you recharge like pam, 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 pam.
Buy airtime instantly, directly from your bank account. Simply dial star 904 star, the amount of airtime you want, and hash. You're tuned in to the front page news on Classic FM 97.3.
Good morning to you once again. It's front page news and analysis on Classic FM 97.3. Jimi, Disu in the studio. My name is Bukola. Keep your comments coming in. 33973 is the SMS bottle. Tweet at Classic FM 973 with the hashtag FPN and post it on our Facebook page as well. Facebook.com/Classic FM 973. Good morning, Jimi.
Good morning, Bukola. Morning, everybody.
All right, let's get started. We have the headlines here from the Vanguard. Buhari didn't ask us to clear salaries before Christmas. We are not owing arrears. Dixon, Obaseki, Okowa, Aregbeshola, El Rufai. Balyesa, others still owe workers' salaries. NLC insist. 120 billion naira bribery allegation. Federal government increases charges against Misal. I must address root causes of violent extremism. Buhari vows. Kaduna government sacks 4,042 local government workers. NJC, Southeast not excluded in appointment of appeal court judges. And from the Punch, Buhari approved Malami's meeting with me, claims Minor. When this government came in, the president gave the nod that go and sit down with Minor. I have given you the approval. They sat down with me after the security agencies had cleared me of any wrongdoing. Life getting harder for Nigerians under Buhari, says Okoji. Senators reps pick holes in 2018 budget proposal. And from the Nigerian Tribune, 2018 budget projections unrealistic. Senators as reps decry dismal performance of 2017 budget. Elevation of judges to appeal court not lopsided, says NJC. Police investigate release of 5 suspected Badu members from custody. Rearrest 3. Why Nigeria is finding it difficult to repatriate stolen funds coming from Saraki. And we're starting with this in detail. Buhari didn't ask us to clear salaries before Christmas, say governors. The 36 governors under the umbrella of Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, yesterday denied reports that President Muhammadu Buhari gave them an order to pay workers their salary arrears before Christmas. Must you be giving orders before you pay your workers their salaries?
I don't know. I don't understand the essence of what they're talking about. But this is a follow-up to the story that we had yesterday. And, they denied that Buhari gave them orders, and I think that is true. Buhari wouldn't give them an order. He would probably be advising them that, look, we're going to give you this money to help pay salaries. Whether it's an order or an advice or whatever it is, the essence of giving them the money in truth is for them to clear the salaries. But the governors, various governors now react. The Governors Forum itself has directed and said there was no mention of workers' arrears. What are they trying to imply? That they want to apply these monies to some other things? I hope not. I hope not. Whether you are given an order or not, please pay Nigerian workers their full salary, because some of them hide behind a finger. Let's see the various reactions here. Bayelsa State say that they are not indebted to workers, and there's a bit of grandstanding here. It says that no contact was made and so on and so forth. So they deny, but the NLC says no, Buhari and others are still owing workers' salaries. Edo workers are paid as and when due. This is the reaction from the Edo State government, and they claim that they are not, and they even put a timeline to it that Edo State employees receive their salaries on or before the 26th of every month. Now, let me quickly add that what some of the governors are doing or had done in the past is to start payment from when they became governors, when they took up office, and pretend as if there are no arrears. The truth is, it is the state government that is owing the workers, not the governors. The governors are the head of, but the state worker. So if you have a worker who has been owed all the while, maybe like in River State is being owed all the time of Odili or whatever, the state government is still owing him. They are owing their workers' pensions, allowances, leave allowances. All these things are part of workers, and it is their right. It is their right. And believe you me, Buki, if you put all these monies together, like Yorubas will say, Kotokon, it's not up to, even pensions here, some of them are owing, and they try to play games. Look at Osun State claim that they are not paying half salaries. Their commissioner for information and strategy, Adela Badeniwa, he says the state government, for purposes of emphasis and clarification, workers in Osun State are paid based on modulated. What is the modulated salary structure? This is speaking the truth by half. I don't understand this. This was the gentleman who also insulted the pensioners last week, and that is my beef with him. His use of language, some of these, arguments that you put forward. You are not paying full salaries, period. You are not paying full salaries. So for you to say that we are not paying half salaries, but you are paying what they call modulated salary structure, that is a whole lot of balderdash. If the modulated salary is the salary that is agreed, that is the final, if we know that Osun State workers, their salaries are so and so, okay, what about the arrears? You are still owing. And all these so-called PR strategies and so on and so forth, trying to twist the truth, nobody is a fool here. And so saying that you are not owing but is on modulated salary.
What do you mean by modulated?
Modulated salary, you are paying some level of staff half of their salaries. You say you are paying level whatever to whatever, full salary. Leave allowances, are they paid? Then the other half, 13 and above, receive 50% of their salary. You didn't say that the salary has been adjusted downwards by 50%. You say that you are paying them 50% of their salaries.
Why?
When are you paying the balance? So when they keep bringing up this argument, and I don't like it. PR is about honesty. It's about managing the truth, not trying to twist things. Kaduna State says they are not owing salaries or pensions. And they said that Kaduna State government said yesterday they had no salary and pension arrears, adding that civil servants in the state usually get their credit allowance on 25th. Bayelsa, again, of course, like I said earlier on, they claim. Now, the Vanguard has to defend the figures that they gave us yesterday. It was on their front page. It was the Vanguard newspaper, and I'm challenging them. You need to show us proof by tomorrow. You need to back up your story and tell us the true state of what they were in. And in essence, if Bayelsa claimed that they were not, nobody asked them how much they were owing, I think that the editor should be querying his reporter to say, how did you file this story without getting a reaction from all these states? I think this needs to be cleared, and we'll give them up till Friday to please give us a well-rounded story with facts and figures.
Agbakoba, Duke, Aremu, Utomi, others float political group. Prominent lawyer Olisa Agbakoba-San has said that it is now evident that the 2014 National Conference was tailored to suit the political interest of ex-President Goodluck Jonathan. Agbakoba spoke while responding to questions from reporters at the unveiling of a new political group which goes by the name National Intervention Movement in Abuja on Tuesday. NIM.
When I saw this morning, an alarm went up in my head. Now I think it's well known by some of us that Donald Duke is likely to contest for the presidency. Indeed, it's not whether he will contest, but under which platform. Now, something tells me at the back of my mind that when I saw this morning, that is this the movement that is going to produce Donald Duke as a candidate? And my reaction very quickly is, if this is what it is, there is no time for theatrics. They should quickly go and register as a political party or align with whichever political party, and let's get the work started. I think let's get the work started as if I'm going to be part of that movement. That jolly well might be, because a lot of people have lost faith. Indeed, the 6 common, I call them my common friends that I brought to the studio. They discussed some of that time, including an Okada driver and so on. They all told me that they would not have anything to do with the APC and the PDP, that they're looking for a new dispensation, but that they will take their money. They quickly added that Disu will go to chop their money if they bring our money. But they say that they will not have anything, and I think that we need something new. Whether it will work again is what I don't know, but we have to keep trying. So my advice to Agbakoba, Duke, Aremo, Tommy, all of them is, look, if you guys want to float a political party, just do that. There's no time for any structured PR exercise leading from movement to party. Nigerians are hungry. They're anxious. They're very, very anxious. They need a real change, not all this change that was banded to us. So if that is what your plan is, can you please, we don't have that much time anymore. And it takes a lot to get to form a political party that will have a national spread. It's going to take a lot. So it's up to Donald Duke. If that is where you're going, move fast. Nigeria is waiting for you.
All right, Damasco says, modulated salary call, attenuated salary ni, calling white red, lies.
Calculated. I've never met the gentleman. I've had interaction with him, but every time I get reactions from us, I just say that this is not, you can't twist the truth. People are not stupid. There are some things that people say to you sometimes, Buki, that make you get so angry that this person must think that I'm completely daft and bereft of any ideas in my head. What do you mean by modulated salary? You're not paying salaries, period.
Oh, that
you're
is
owing.
Big grammar.
It's big grammar. You're owing. What is a modulated salary?
Kani says, Badigachi says, Alagbajedi, can you see the 2014 confirm cannot fly? We all know that those who took part in it never represented us.
I never believed in any confirm. If I tell you some of the stories I heard from this confirm, you'll be amazed. I never believed in it. It was something for the boys, essentially.
Kani Xavier says, even if governors were not giving orders to clear civil servant salary, what moral justification do they have to owe salary while wasting funds on erecting statues, birthdays, and buying noodles and sachet milk?
Workers this Christmas should reject anything that will say that they won't collect their salaries in full. Haven't Nigerian workers suffered enough?
Reject modulated salary.
No, whether it's modulated or calculated or regulated or kakabastalated, pay workers their full salaries. These people have all their 10 fingers in the cookie jar. We can see it. When they want to do some celebration on the other, are Nigerians blind? Workers this December should reject any form, no matter what it is. You should demand your payment in full without violence.
Shay Williams says, modulated is now the new word in Oshu. Not half, not half neither is it complete. Titi Elema says, if Edo governor claimed they pay workers as at when due, ask Edo governor of what he had done to the closed Edo pension board by Oshomole years ago.
All these people all these politicians especially those from the southwest, they all go into Awolowo's dictionary to bring out all kinds of, you understand what I'm saying?
But Awolowo didn't use those words in such context.
In such context. The other day, the same governor of this same country was one who said they launched one thing called Ralphnomics. I don't know what that means.
Awolowo was visionary. It looks like we lack visionary leaders at this point in time.
I don't know. Obamugonla, these people have just turned us into dummies, complete dummies. And we should reject it. And people should reject it. We're educated, we're exposed, we're knowledgeable. And they shouldn't take us for granted.
Alaba says modulated again. These guys know how to coin words when it comes to stealing from the common man. If I see Buhari, I will reveal more secrets, says Mina. But before we take that headline, we'll go on a break and we'll be right back.
Life is more beautiful when you allow yourself to appreciate the little things, the little things. Every day's more complete when you can enjoy the simple things, the simple things. A little more convenience can go a long, long way. You'll be amazed Sharp, sharp, recharge like pam, 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 pam. Star 904. Wherever you are to reload is easy like pam, 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 pam. Star 904. Shells down, star 904 star. The amount you want to recharge and hash. And with one single dial you recharge like pam, 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 pam.
Buy airtime instantly, directly from your bank account. Simply dial star 904 star, the amount of airtime you want, and hash. You're tuned in to the Front Page News on Classic FM 97.3.
And you're listening to a modulated edition of Front Page News and Analysis on Classic FM 97.3.
Modulated bookie.
Remember, you can always see that Classic FM 97.3 with a hashtag FPN, and also send your text messages to 33973. Watson Omafai says, modulated salaries. Do the workers do modulated work, or were they given modulated employment?
You know, in Imo, Akoroja said that the workers will work 3 days a week and spend the other 2 days going to the farm.
And they can have... So what happened to...
Civil servants have now become secondary school students. You tell them, go to the farm. I don't know. Why are we treated in such a manner? Yet, now, what will then happen now is towards the time of election now, everything will look okay. All the streets will be clean. You understand what I'm saying? Our leaders continue to take us for a ride. Do you know why? Or like Fela would say, because why? Because we allow them. We sit back and allow this kind of nonsense. How can I work 30 days, 30 or 31 days a month, or whether 30 or whatever it is, and you sit and look at me across the table and tell me that this work that you did, you've worked for 30 days, but I can only pay you a modulated. Only in Nigeria, I tell you.
Vigilant Observer says here, I've searched all internet engines for modulated salary with no luck.
There's always a beginning.
Sounds like a subsidy.
Let him also search for Ralphnomics. They come up with all kinds of things just to deceive. You understand what I'm saying? Bottom line is you're not paying. Bottom line is people can see that you are prosperous and they are not. What are we talking about here?
All right, let's take this headline. If I see Buhari, I will reveal more secrets, says Minor. Promises to help government recover 3 trillion naira in 9 months. A former chairman of the Presidential Task Force on Pension Reforms, Abdul Rashid Minor, has appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari to give him an audience to prove his innocence and as well open more can of worms in the pension scandal.
As far as I'm concerned, in the eyes of the law, this man is wanted. And he should submit himself for trial. If whatever he wants to tell Buhari, he can prepare in a well-written statement, backed with a video and whatever, present it to the public, en route, Buhari will get to see it, and go have his day in court. That is the way to go about it. I don't agree with Chief Robert Clark, my very, very good daddy. I don't agree with who we call Uncle Robbie, that he should be given a chance to speak with the president. If everybody who is wanted says he wants to say whatever he wants to say to the president, he should put it. He can even file it in an affidavit. And I'd rather align myself. Due process. I'd rather align myself with GT Ogunye, who is also a lawyer. By the way, Chief Robert Clark is a senior advocate of Nigeria. But I'd rather align myself with GT Ogunye, who disagrees with Chief Clark and says that Maina should present himself before the court rather than requesting to see the president. Ogunye is said to have spoken on television yesterday, and he said that he described Maina's comments and requests to meet with the president as cock and bull stories, as well as an attempt to evade the justice system. Maina wants to meet with the president over what? Do we even respect our courts at all? Do we respect our judicial process? Do you know that in this country Supreme Court justices are being tried in court? Who is he to be saying he wants to recover man? And I agree completely with G.T. Ogunye and respectfully disagree with Chief Clark. Maina should stop playing games. He should stop playing games. Like I said, if he has anything to do, he can swear an affidavit with videos, whatever, submit it, bring it out to the public, and then go have his day in court. That's it. The president, in any case, cannot by law even interfere in this kind of process. He cannot.
Pat O. Benedict says, Oga Jimi and Sisi Bukola, in music modulation, it simply means music don't change hand. So he's trying to get us understand the Sharafa Balogun says, Uncle JD, our leaders don't put their 10 fingers and toes in the cookie jar anymore. They live in the cookie jar now.
They don't live inside, they swim in it. Because when you live, you're just, when you live, part of living is go to the toilet to disgorge. These ones don't disgorge. They just
Endurance says, all these governors are irresponsible. My friend works with Bielsa State and they have not been paid for months. And it started with this present government. They even asked them to forfeit some month's salary. Why are they lying?
Well, like we always say, like we've been advised by our political people, if it is true. You must always add that clause, if it is true. But talking seriously, I believe that workers should brace themselves up for a good fight with these governors. They should brace themselves up without violence. But you really should brace yourself up. If enough is enough. In other countries, you're only allowed once you can't pay salaries at the end of the month, you fold up. And that's why El Rufai, as taking the bull by the horn, is fired 4,000 workers, local government workers. And I'm asking myself, if he's firing 4,000 workers, how many workers did he have in the first place? His predecessors probably had loaded the local government and civil service with every simple party layabout in sight. That's what happens. This is bloated. You should take the bull by the horns, forget about the election, and do the right thing.
And Ade DSTV says, I just finished speaking with my sister in Oshun now. She says nothing is modulated, but that she's been receiving half salary for over a year now.
That's the modulation now.
She wants her money.
But she wants her money.
When a climb where mediocrity is trending like buying Christmas chicken, trying to justify some wrong English with big English. And Antonio Bunugafa says it's indeed sad to know that Kebbi, an agrarian state, doesn't owe its workers while the oil-producing states are owing. And this one says, Bishop Kwatwa says, the MENA dust isn't about to settle just yet. They shouldn't just pull the wool over our eyes and let the culprits go free. And this one is deregulated salary. Very unlawful idea. They should come together.
This one's deregulated.
And Advabok says, give it to him. Aulawa was the leader. The Yorubas were lucky to have that guy. Olatunji Bello says, something sink to JD that Duke Agbakoba Utomi of PDP and APC, right questions will be asked at the right time. All right, let's take the Metro News.
I shouldn't be saying this, but one good thing is I'd like to see a president, at least who I have a fair idea, who I know has a fair idea of the argument I'm having with him about. You understand what I'm saying? This kind of silence we're getting from this government is quite troubling. So many issues are just left hanging in the balance. But we'll see what happens. Now, this is the Metro News from the Pond. Kidnappers of Igbunla school pupils surrender arms in Ondo. Now, at face value, that looks good. You remember the pupils who were kidnapped the other day? There was amnesty granted them. This was a crime. Then now we granted them amnesty. They've surrendered their arms. Apparently, these were part of the pipeline vandals. The rest is history. Now, the question that we should ask yourself is, again, you are setting another precedence. And if everybody resolved to this kind of self-help, where would our society be? I believe that, we should have been a bit more careful in handling this issue of people who actually committed a crime, traumatized young children, apart from the ones that committed in the days of the pipeline vandalism, and now they're granted amnesty without going through trial. I'm not saying maybe the state's back is against the wall, but it's the precedence that bothers me.
That is why we're here, because amnesty was granted to militants in the first place, and
then now another one. I hope that in future, all these governors that are talking about what's it called now?
Modulated.
When the whatever comes home to roost. All right. Lagos pastor allegedly threatened with havoc over shrine demolition. A Lagos-based pastor and leader of Kingdom Fire Ministry International, Chukwu Dioko, has called on the PFN, CAN, and Nigeria Police to investigate a threat letter written to him by some people who claim to be members of the Ogboni fraternity. He says Oko, who spoke with Punch on Tuesday, said he had gone to his church auditorium in the Okokomaiko for a meeting with other church leaders when he saw the letter, which he thought was a prayer request. The 52-year-old Ebonyi State indigene said he discovered that it was a threat to his life over his involvement in the destruction of traditional shrines and conversion of some idol worshippers to Christianity. Very interesting, if it is true. Man nabbed for smuggling hemp into prison. Nigerian woman jailed in Dubai for human trafficking flees. Is it easy to escape from a Dubai prison?
How did she do that?
How did she do that? Kidnappers collect 10 million for cousins, claim relationship with police. That usually happens. Guests escape death as fire gods Imo Hotel. Right. Let me go to the Vanguard and it says woman kills fellow church member with can while making call. Ooh. With car while making call. Peddler hides hemp in pants, nabbed at Ogun prison. Mob butchers sets kidnapper ablaze in Calabar, chops off another's arm. 5 Badu court leaders granted bail and rearrested. I thought this Badu thing had... Okay. Man pays off debts with 10 million erroneously deposited in his account. I thought it was from our customers. That's the suspect. Okay. The man suddenly discovered 10 million. If you discover 10 million in your account, okay, what will you do?
I left my bank. I saw some.
Very good. That's, as a good citizen, that's what you're expected to do. You won't modulate it or tamper with it.
It won't be a modulated situation.
Okay. Police arraign businesswoman for destroying fence. Fire raises shops at Calabar markets. And Buhari ordered Malami to meet me. This one is interesting. Atiku's resignation. I will die in APC, says the governor of his state. The governor of his state says Atiku is on his own and that he will die in his state. Now, there's a story here that says that Buhari lives for Abidjan with governors and also Tinubu is part of his entourage. It says here, President Muhammad Buhari yesterday left for Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire to attend the European Union, African Union Summit and so on and so forth. And he left with APC governors, he left with governors Mohammed Abdullahi Abubakar Bauchi and Udom Emmanuel Akwa Ibom, and then now left with Tinubu. And I'm asking, there's some realignment going on. 2019 is in view. You know, is it that because Buhari had been accused of not running an inclusive government, that's why Ashwaju, is in tow? Because he has no official designation. Even in the party, he has no official designation. He's just a top party leader. But Buhari has the right. I must quickly concede that he has the right to take anybody along with him. It says,
Adaba says here, workers don't have good representatives. The NLC hobnobs with the political class and will only be hypocritical in their call for action. Nothing serious will happen after all this drama. We're used to these things and it is so sad. NLC is in work. I don't think
there's no NLC. Forget it.
They're not more the voice.
They've been political. Even NAND. When I was in university, do you know what NAND was? Oh my God!
There were pressure groups, that really.
When where was it? 1979.
All the riots.
When the presidency of the University of Lagos that time, we went to do rag day, and then they couldn't really account for money. I was the one who planned the coup against them.
But I remember back in the day,
we were so active.
You had university students, the riots being shot down by policemen because they were just trying to make a point.
In those days,
I'm not saying being shot down.
We use our personal money to fight corruption and all these things when we were in university. That was what students were known for. But what you have now, I had, was it the University of Ife about 2 years ago? The president had, they had security votes.
South is not excluded in appointment of appeal court judges. There's some clarification on this, Jimi. It says here, the National Judicial Council yesterday denied allegations that the southeast region of the country was sidelined in an ongoing process that will lead to the elevation of 14 judges in the Court of Appeal.
This issue of this Court of Appeal, I don't know where to start the analysis.
There was some explanation made by lawyers here yesterday that a lot of times in the South, the Southerners don't really go into the ministry. It's their money to practice. Let me tell you. Some guy tried to break it down here on a Twitter
the premise
Twitter page
on which he was talking was almost virtually nullified by the fact that the list that was purported that we read that was in the national newspaper. Remember, we react to what we see in the newspapers. The appeal court said that it was not an authentic list. So let's wait and see what they have in their list. I never said what I said yesterday. I said I don't understand it, and I still don't. If I understand something, I will. I still don't understand. But what fell my hand completely yesterday, or what fell my hand? I don't know if you want to put broken in proper English. What the thing that fell my hand yesterday was that even the list that we were basing the analysis on was denied by the appeal court to say that it's not an authentic list. That the authentic list is not out yet. So chill.
Okay, so
calm down.
So we'll wait for the list then.
Wait.